Hey guys, Hexatunes back with a new video. So starting off 2020, I already made a theory video, and I want to try some new stuff for 2020. So today I'm going to be doing a tutorial video on how to homebrew your Nintendo 3DS or 3DS XL, and just about any device in the 3DS family. So right here, as you can see, I have my Nintendo 2DS, and this is I actually hacked this. So okay, sorry, y'all, I accidentally pressed on the manual, but if I go over to here, this is where I store all my stuff. But as you can see, I have the Homebrew launcher, FBI, Luna 3DS, this thing, and Anemone. So, if you want to be able to get all of this, then follow my tutorial, and you will be able to install all those apps, and you will also be able to get free games. But, as a warning, you will need firmware version 11.13. So, if I go to my system settings, you will see that I'm running 11.13. You will need system update 11.13. Now, if you don't have that, I will show you how to get it. But as you can see, this is my version, and this is what you need for this tutorial. Now, here I have a Nintendo 3DS, just a regular Nintendo 3DS, and this is actually my friend's. He's letting me borrow it, so I can show you how to do the tutorial or how to hack it, and he also wanted me to hack it for him. Now, if you can see, his Nintendo 3DS is actually on 11.0, so we're going to have to update the firmware version. Sorry, I have a weird thing with my R's, just ignore that. But if you want to update it, just go to Other Settings, and then go all the way until you see System Update. And also make sure you are connected to the internet. And then just accept. And you don't really have to, but just in case if your battery's running low. So now, all we have to do is wait for this to update, which shouldn't take that long, but I will cut to when it's done updating. And as you can see, my 3DS is almost done updating. So this, the time it took to update was, I'd say, like 2 minutes. So it shouldn't be too long. If your system is really outdated, maybe it'll take longer. But now, if I go back, well, it has to restart first. But now, after it's done updating and restarting, you should be able to go back to your system settings and check to see what version you have. Boom! 11.13. Well, specifically 11.13.0-45U. The U just means that the region is the United States, so this could be Korea, Japan, Europe, or the UK. It's not that important, but I will say this will only work for, I think, well, definitely USA, so definitely USA. I think so. I think it will work for Europe and Japan, but China and Korea, I'm not sure. But if your system is in the US, then I'm guaranteed, or it should work. All right. But quick disclaimers. The steps that you're about to do can possibly damage your 3DS. Now, it's highly unlikely. I did it myself to test this before, and nothing bad happened. But just put it out there, if anything happens to 3DS because you didn't follow the instructions perfectly, or you didn't follow them correctly, then I will not be responsible for any severe damage that happens to 3DS if you follow the directions incorrectly. If you follow the instructions of this video perfectly, or follow the instructions without any error, then there should not be any problem. I tested this with my old 2DS, and it works perfectly fine. I will try to make this as easy as possible to do to reduce the chance of any error, but please know that there is always the risk of damaging your system. So I suggest maybe you test this on an older console that you don't care much about, just in case. But if you follow my directions carefully, nothing should happen. Alright, let's get to the actual tutorial. Also, I will say that this tutorial does not require any games from the eShop. You can do this without downloading any games, so no games needed. What you need. In order to do this tutorial, you will need a 3DS with an SD card. So you will need an SD card. A PC or a laptop with an SD card reader, or a way to put in the SD card. Now, you do not need to download anything for this tutorial, so no downloads necessary. You can do this on your Chromebook, which I'm doing now. As you can see, I'm doing this on my Chromebook, so don't worry. You won't have to worry about downloading anything. All of this you should be able to do on your browser and on your 3DS. Alright, now let's prepare for the tutorial. First, what you will want to do is go to your internet settings and your system settings, and then if you have a pen, just put it in. And then you want to go to Nintendo DS connections. Okay, if you see the screen, then that is good. This is what if this is what you need in order to do the tutorial. If you see the screen, then continue with the tutorial. But if you see a black screen and it freezes, then do not continue the tutorial. I repeat, if you see a black screen instead of this and it freezes, do not continue. Alright? Now that you have checked to make sure this works, go back. Okay, the next step, we're going to be starting the tutorial now. For the next step, go to Spot Pass. Sorry for the lighting, I'll try my best. But you're going to want to disable both of these. So just click on them and set them to no. And then click on this and also set this to no. So I have both of them set to no before this tutorial. So set both of these to no, and then go back. Okay, next what you want to do is just go back, and then go to your friends list, which should be up here. Alright, after you're connected, or after you're on your friends list, go to settings, and go to friend notification settings, and turn this off. Alright, after that, go to your me profile, and you should see your friend code. Now, everybody's friend code is different and unique, so don't worry if your friend code is different. Just copy this down and remember your friend code. Alright, so I just wrote down my friend code. You can put this anywhere to remember it. You can put this in Notepad or just write it down somewhere. That's what I did. So now that you have your friend code and you have turned off your notification settings, this is all you have to do for now. You can close out of the friends list and turn off your 3DS. Alright, now for the next step. You're going to want to find the SD slot and take out your SD card. Alright, now that you have your SD card, just put that into your computer. I can't do it with one hand, so I'll be right back. Alright, now you should see your SD card on your computer. And then you want to, You'll want to go to your Nintendo 3DS folder. Now, I have two folders. This you do not want. You want one alphanumeric folder, and one of these will be your ID 0 number. So, in order to fix this, what you'll want to do is rename this to, hold up one second. You'll want to rename this to backup underscore Nintendo 3DS. Sorry, it's kind of hard to type with one hand, but yeah, so you want to rename it to backup underscore Nintendo 3DS, and then you want to eject the SD card and put it back into your Nintendo 3DS, turn it on, let it make a new SD data, and then after that turn your 3DS off and put the SD card back into your computer, and there should be a new Nintendo 3DS folder. And then if you go into the new Nintendo 3DS folder, you should have one alphanumeric folder with your real ID 0 number. Okay, so after you have your ID 0 number, you'll want to copy and paste it. Well, you just want to copy it, and then you're going to want to go to bruteforcemovable.com. I'll have all the links in the description for you to follow, but just go to bruteforcemovable.com and I'll see you there. Alright, now that you are on bruteforcemovable.com, you should see this. Now you're going to want to fill this out. So first put in your friend code that you've got earlier, and hopefully you've written it down so you remember. Just put that in there. Alright, there you go. And remember, every friend code is different and unique, so don't panic if yours is different from mine. Same for the ID 0 number. Every ID 0 number is different and unique. So again, do not worry if yours is different. So go ahead and copy and paste paste the ID 0 number you got from earlier into the box. Alright, now you should have your friend code in this box and your ID 0 number in this box. So next you just want to click I'm not a robot and do the CAPTCHA, and then click go. Now, this is very important. I already did this step before this tutorial, but if this is your first time doing it with this device or this system, then it will take you to this step. So it's going to give you a friend code, and what you want to do with that friend code is you want to add a friend to your 3DS, and this friend is going to be a bot. So it's going to give you there's going to be a red box, and it's going to give you a friend code, and you want to add a friend with that friend code, and it should give you a bot. Okay, so here's what I'm talking about. I actually got this from a different tutorial, but as you can see, it's going to give you something like this, and it's going to give you a friend code. This it's going to give you a different friend code than this, but all you have to do is just add this code to your friends list. Okay, so after you add the friend, there's going to be a button. Just click that, and it's going to ask you to wait while it's generating a movable.std. So after it is done generating a movable.std file, just download it and save it to your computer. Okay, next, after you downloaded your movable.std file, you'll want to go to this website. Again, I'll have the links in order in the description for you to follow, but just select your movable.std file, and start. So, waiting. And boom. Alright, you should hold up. You should get this, the tab muffin out.zip. You can use WinRAR or zip extractor. I know if you don't have that, there is a website called Archive Extractor Online. I'll have a link to that in the description if you don't have any other option to extract it. Yeah, I don't think I can extract it. Hold up. Alright, so I was able to figure out how to open up the file. But you're going to want to extract the zip file, and inside should be a output folder. Just click on the output, and then select your region. So I'm in the USA. And then you should get this file. It should be something along the lines of food.bin, something like this. So next, what you want to do, hold up one second. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to copy this file, and then go back to your SD card, go to Nintendo 3DS, and then find your ID 0 number folder, so this is mine, and then go one more layer, and then you're going to want, coughed, but you're going to want to find your Nintendo DS iWare folder. if you don't have a Nintendo DSiWare folder, as you can see, I don't have one. It's really easy. Just make a new folder and title it Nintendo DSiWare. I'm just gonna have to put this down because I can't type with one hand. And there we go, Nintendo DSi. Make sure to type it exactly like this with no typos, or else it will not work. Now just go inside of the new folder you just created and paste the bin file into the folder. Also, as a quick note, when you are inserting this .bin file, make sure there's nothing else inside of your Nintendo DSiWare folder. If there's anything inside of the DSiWare folder before you put the bin in, move it to somewhere else on PC outside of the SD code. That any files that are inside the Nintendo DSiWare folder will cause some sort of error. So just make sure that before you put this file in, that the DSiWare folder is completely empty. Alright, now we are done for now. Eject the SD code if this is your first time using SD code. A very important thing, always eject the device. Don't just like rip it out like that. Make sure to eject the file first. Now that you have the SD code with the .bin file, put it back into your 3DS. Alright, so it's back in the SD code is back in the Nintendo 3DS. And now you will want to turn it back on. And go back to your settings. Alright, now that you're back in your system settings, go to Data Management, go to DSiWare, and then go to SD card or micro SD card, depending which one you have. And if it worked, boom, there you go. If it worked properly, you should see this purple screen, and it should crash at some time. There you go. It should give you a purple screen, and it should give you this error. If you have got that, then the hack has worked so far, so you've done all the steps correctly. If not, go back and check the steps to make sure you did something right, you did all of it right, and check to make sure you did not make any errors. Alright, so after you got the purple screen and the crash error, then you can turn off your 3DS. We do not need it for now. And then take out your SD card after it's turned off and reinsert it back into your computer. Alright, now I have reinserted the SD card into my Chromebook, and as you can see, it has generated a bin file, or a binary file. So if you do not see this, then go back and make sure you didn't make any errors or typos or mistakes. But if you see this after the crash and the color flashing, then you're good to go. Alright, next, after you've done that, go to the next link I'll have in the description to the Bannerbomb 3 IO, whatever. It should be called this, and you should see all of these files. Next, just download it. And as you can see, it's downloading, so just wait until it's done downloading. It's only 5 megabytes, it's not that big. And then go back to your SD card. Alright, so you should see all the folders. Now, just select all of them. Oh, this is really hard with only one hand. Alright, and then take all of this and put it all into the root of your SD card. If you don't know what root means, it basically is just the main SD card, so not in the folder. So now you should have all of this. Don't worry if you don't have private or DCMI, as long as you have Nintendo 3DS and all of the other files I just put in, you should be fine. Alright, so after you put all the Bombo 3 files onto your SD card, you're going to want to go to the Fred Tool website. I'll have this link also in the description. Next, so follow my instructions. Go to the movable.scd and select the movable.scd file that you created like a few minutes ago. So put in the movable.scd and then select the generated binary file that you just created. So this. And then complete the reCAPTCHA, yada yada yada, and start. So it should generate, just wait for it to complete. Alright, it's done. It shouldn't take that long, it only took a couple seconds, so I didn't really have to cut it, but I wasn't sure how long it would take. So it should only take a couple seconds, not that long, but after it's done, just click download, and you should get a Fred Tool output.zip. Wait for it to download. Alright, there we go. Alright, so now open your Fred Tool output.zip, and then extract everything, and then go to output, and hacks. And boom, you should get a .bin file. So I'm just copy this, and then go to your SD card, go to Nintendo 3DS, and then that file, and then that file, and then go to the Nintendo DSiWare folder that we created before, or if you already had it, and find your food bin file. Now, you won't need this anymore, so we can just delete it. Alright, and then paste the new binary folder that we just created. Alrighty, now that you have put the binary folder back into your SD card and replaced the old one, you're all set. Just eject the SD card and put it back into your 3DS. Now you've put it back in, just turn the 3DS on. Alright, now go back into System Settings. Alright, now go into Data Management, DSiWare, and go to your SD card. Now you should see a hacks folder. And so if you see this, then good job, you're on the right track. If you don't, again, go back through the steps and make sure you did not do anything incorrectly. So I'll just go into the hacks, and you want to copy this to your system memory. So okay, now just wait for that to copy. Shouldn't take too long. I won't cut the video so you can see that it's working. And boom, there you go. Data has been copied to system memory. So just go back, and we'll move on to the next step. All right, now go back into your system settings and go to Internet Settings. And if you have a pen, just put it in real quick. Hey, that rhymes. Alright, now you want to go to Nintendo DS Connections, and if this worked, wait for it. Oh, come on, stupid 3DS. And if it worked, come on. Boom! Alright, instead of taking you to the regular DS connection screen, you should be brought into the Japanese Flipnote Studio 3D. Now, I may be Asian, I'm Asian, but I'm Chinese, I can't read Japanese, and I'm pretty sure you can't either, so follow what I do very carefully, because any mistake you make will make the whole hack not work, so watch what I press. First, click this. It should bring you to this, click this again, and then it's going to show you two hands, click the right hand. And then it's going to say some Japanese stuff, and then boom, it will ask you, there'll be a button with OK on it. Just click OK. And then it's going to say some stuff, click this, click this. Now it's going to give you two options, click the one on the left, this one. Click it again. OK. Alright, click OK. It will do some stuff, loading, OK, OK. And then make sure to click this, and click SD card. Now, something's not right. You should see a Lenny face on here, but I must have done something wrong. So I'm going to have to go back and make sure that I put the right photos in the right place. So, you should see a Lenny face here. So I'm going to just turn this off. Don't worry, you can come back to this. So turn it off. And I'm just going to put the SD card back into my computer. Alright, so I see what I did wrong. If you go back to your SD card, there should be two private folders. This is the private folder, this is the original private folder, and this is the folder from the IO package we just extracted. So keep going through the folder until you find this file. Just copy the file and go to the original private folder and go through all the correct folders. So make sure that they are correct. One, and you should see this. Now just paste it in there. And just in case this will be needed, I will copy it to my computer, but I will just delete this. Now, hopefully this should work. So I'm just going to eject this and put it back into my 3DS. So I am back into the Flipnote Studio. So all I did was did the private folder. So if you did not see the Lenny face when you got to that step, then don't worry, I also made the same mistake. So just did what I do there and go back into the private folder and insert everything you need. So just do what you did before. Okay, okay, right hand, okay, 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 left, left, okay, okay, wait for that, okay, left, SD card, and boom, yes! Okay, Lenny face. If you see this, then good. You should see this Lenny face. So just click on that. Alright, so follow what I do. Click on the Lenny face, and you should see all the weird stuff happening up there. But just click on this. Now press up on the D-pad, and you should be taken to this. Now just press this button, and then click right 2 times, and you should be brought into this slide with all the weird, crazy static. Alright, so now, once you're on this slide, 3 out of 3, click this button. Now you should be able to move the slide, so go back left 2 times, and click this button. Boom! Your screen will go flashy and weird, and don't worry, that's normal, that's good. So you should be taken to this screen. If you see the screen, then you're on track to finishing the hack. But if you do not see the screen, then re-extract the IO package and make sure you did not miss anything, and recheck the steps. So if you follow my steps correctly, then you should be on this screen. Alright, but if you see this screen, do not continue. Do not continue. Just press on the exit and stop the tutorial. Do not continue if you see this screen. So you should be on this screen. Just go down to install boot 9 strap and press A to confirm. And then you'll want to press start and select to install. And boom, it should be done. Alright, now just press home to exit. And you should be taken to this screen. If you do not see the screen, then you might have missed the boot.firm file from the IO package. Just go back and make sure you did all the steps correctly, and make sure that the boot.firm file is inside of your SD card. Alright, now, you want to move it down to Show NAND or User String in System Settings. And then you want to select it, and you should see an X pop up. Alright, so make sure you're on Show NAND or User String in System Settings, press A to confirm, and there should be an X. Now, just press Start. Oh, wait 1 second. So afterwards, make sure you have everything done, and just press Start, and you'll boot the console. Alright, so now you just have to wait a bit. You'll see a black screen for a while, but make sure that your DS is on while it's on a black screen. If you see a black screen and your DS powers off and you cannot turn this 3DS back on, then you might have missed something. So just take out the SD card, put it back into your computer, and make sure that you did not miss any files or steps. Okay, now we're going to make sure that the DS connections is fixed, and it will not take us back to the Japanese Flipnote Studio. So just turn off your 3DS and reinsert the SD card back into your computer. Alright, so I've put the SD card back into my computer. Now go back to the root of your SD card, and you can delete this binary folder, or the binary file. We won't need it anymore. now you'll want to go back to the Thread tool output, and instead of going to hacks, you'll want to go to clean. And you should see the same file, but make sure it's from the clean folder. So I'll just copy that. Now go back to your SD card, go to the Nintendo 3DS folder, go back there, and go back to your Nintendo DSi folder, and just replace the old one with the new one. Should look the same, but I promise you it's a different file, just with the same name. Alrighty, so after that, go back to your SD card, eject the device, and put it back into Nintendo 3DS. Simple, just the same as we've done for the whole episode or video. Alright, now once you are back here, go to the settings one more time. Alright, now go back to data management, DSi, and then go to the SD card. Now you should see the Nintendo DSi file. So just copy, yes. And again, wait for it to finish copying. So now it should be copied to the system memory. Just go back, and now we're going to test to make sure that this is worked. Go to Nintendo DS connections, and if it's all done right, then you should be taken back to this screen. So you should, if all of this has worked, then you should be brought to this screen and not to the Flipnote Studio. Now go back. Alright, so after that's done, just close or exit the system settings. Alright, and then just exit that. Next, you want to go to your Download Play. Now you should see the Download Play app. Open that up. And then, what you want to do is you want to hit this button. And then you want to press the down and select. So, I can't do this with one hand, so just remember you have to press the L button, the down button, and select at the same time. Alright, so if it worked, you should see the screen at the bottom. If it didn't work, make sure you press the correct buttons, L, down, select. You might have broken buttons or faulty buttons. If that's not the case, then you might have done the B9 store step incorrectly. So go back to the B9 store step where I did all the crazy stuff with the text at the bottom, or at the top. I'll have the timestamp in the comments or in the description. I'll put the timestamp to where the step is, but just go back to that step if you do not see this. Alright, next you want to go to Miscellaneous Options, and then switch the Homebrew title to the current app, and press B, and press B, then go home, close the app, and go back into Download Play. And you should see the Homebrew launcher. If you have gotten this far, then congratulations, you're almost done with the tutorial. Now, there's just a couple more steps that you have to do. Alright, so you want to go to this app, Time Offset, and it should take you to this. Just press A to set the offset, and then press Start to quit. Alright, now you're done with that, go to FBI, go to SD, go all the way down to CIAs, current directory, and install and delete all CIAs. And then A to confirm. This will take quite a while, depending on your internet and how good your internet is. It's downloading actually quite fast for me, so I might not actually have to cut this. So let's just wait for this to finish, and boom. Now press any button to cancel, and then alright. Now just press the home button to get back to the home screen. Close out of the software, and this worked. It should say new software has been added to the home menu. Click OK, and boom, all these wonderful presents for you to unwrap. I'm just going to unwrap all of this. I'm recording this on my phone, and I don't have much storage left, so I'm just going to cut to after I unwrap all of them. Alright, so after you've unwrapped all of them, you should have the Homebrew installer, Luma 3DS, FBI, this thing, Anemone, and the flag. So they should, all these apps you have seen from my 2DS, except for this, and you'll see why later. Alright, now just go into here, open it up, open this app, and then you should see this, and then it will do this. Alright, just press B, and then just delete it. It'll delete itself. Now, turn off your 3DS. Right, next you're going to want to press the start button and the power button at the same time to boot up God Mode 9. Okay, so when you're turning on the console, if you are taken to the normal home screen, then just turn the DS back off, and make sure that when you are turning on 3DS, hold the start button. Alright, I forgot. So that's what I did. I didn't hold the start button, so you want to hold the start button, then turn it on. Otherwise, you'll be taken to the regular home screen. So once you hold the start button and power the device on, you should see God Mode 9. And then if you see this, essential files not found, just press yes. And then press yes. Also, if it says this, then also press yes. And continue. Alright, now you should be on this page. Next, press the home button and select scripts. Right, now go to God Mode 9, and then select scripts from this person's guide. Then, so then select set up Luma 3DS and follow the instructions. And then you're going to want to enter a code. So just do follow what the arrow. So right down, right A. Alright, A to continue. Alright, now this is a bit optional, but just select clean up SD code. This will delete any files that you don't need to clear up some space. Next, press B to go back, and then select backup options, and then press sysnam backup, and it will start backing up to your SD card. Just a disclaimer, make sure that you need at least 1 gigabyte of storage on your SD card when you're doing this. So if you don't have 1 gigabyte, then clear up some storage, or you can do all of this later. You don't have to do it now, but it's always good to back up just in case something happens. So I'll cut to when this is over because this takes a really long time. Alright, so after you're done, just press A, then press B to go back to the screen, then press Exit, A, and you should be taken back to the screen. Navigate to this M, which is Memory Virtual, and find boot9.bin, not boot 11, boot 9, and then copy to this folder. Alright, now you are done, press the home button, and select Power Off System. Alright, now, after you turn off the console, you can reinsert the SD card back into your computer, and then you can take all the backup files that you just created and copy it to somewhere on your computer, and doing this will free up a lot of storage on your SD card. So if anything bad happens to the 3DS or anything terrible happens, you'll have a backup file saved somewhere, so you won't have to worry about losing anything. And yeah, alright, the last step is to just turn your 3DS back on, and congratulations, you have successfully completed the tutorial. You should have Hombrew Launcher, Luma 3DS, FBI, this flag thing, and an enemy. An enemy. Sorry, I can't really say that, but yeah, you've successfully completed the hack. Now, if I have time, I'll do another tutorial on how to get any free game or any 3DS game you want for free. But that's all for today's video. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if this has helped. I'll try to help anyone who needs it in the comments, and I'll